are you thinking that I should not plug it in? Just tell me yes or no.
I say no.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'll see you in a minute. All right. I got
Okay,
something for
girl.
you. Be
Girl,
prepared.
oh,
Preparation
girl.
for performance.
Yeah, I came down to the wire with my presentation, but that's why I took
Ooh,
it.
sorry. It's all good. I'll see you in a minute. I was saying it's all good.
Okay,
Oh,
girl.
it's black. Okay. All right.
Way too strong. Way too strong.
I think there's a place for it.
Okay. All right.
Mhm. Welcome to the Fee King Show. On the road again, our travel segment. It's Friday, and I'm with my girl, Too Tight, Tonya Jones.
Woo! And BMF and King.
Good morning. What's up, Too Tight?
I am doing good, feeling fine out on this West Coast. It is hot as sweaty balls and under bra sweat. Okay. Out here in the desert. It's like 100 degrees by 9 a.m. or some craziness. I'm like, what is going on here?
Yo, let me tell you something. It's not that hot in New York City, but Fee King internally is so hot, I'm sweating in the creases of my eyes, but I still feel cute.
Oh, always stay fly.
Okay,
You know
you
what
know,
I'm
you
saying?
know how we do. You know how we do. Too Tight. I absolutely love our travel segment. And I want to, before we get into this, because we're going to be talking about staycations, right? And we have a surprise for a special someone around
Yeah,
staycations.
we
But
do.
before we get into this, I just, because this came up for me around traveling, adventures, girl time, and I don't know, tell me if you remember this.
I can find a deal from a mile away. I can sniff it out, I can smell it, I can taste it, I can hear it. I'm drawn to it.
Okay, I can focus, I can go in, I can get through a rack in like 5 minutes and find the best thing in there. It's about just finding a bargain. Oh, I got this for $4. You have to have style, okay? Because you have some people, they go to these places, whether they're flea markets, they're vintage stores, whatever, and they're just like buying anything. Like, oh, it was $10, but those pants are busted.
Sometimes I even find stuff for my cat. Her name is Touches.
Clean, please. And in the beautiful world I say, cause vintage is quality, shopping modalities, bringing them to their knees.
Love doing things to help Mother Earth.
Girl, you know I remember that. Queen Flea. Queen Flea.
me pay attention to the hook. Well, let's back up. Let's shout out Holly Million, because
Yes.
Holly Million is so creative. She is so bold and courageous and inclusive and inviting, and she's just dope. So thank you so much, Holly, who's a friend of Too Tight Tonya Jones. And it seems as if your friends become my friends, right? And my friends become
I love Holly Million. So, Holly and I met a very long time ago when I was working for the California the State Humanities Council doing programming, and we just clicked and always kept in touch. We were always like, yeah, it would be great to just have an opportunity to work on something together. And it took years for that to happen, but eventually it did. And then remember Artists United?
Yes.
United was there for a few years, okay? So Holly had a vision to bring all these artists together from different disciplines who were also interested in community work and social justice work. And before, it was on trend and, it was genuine from the heart, right? Okay. And so, it were people from just different areas and walks of life. I mean, we had journalists and, visual artists. And we really went up there to Oakland for our board meetings and stuff. It was great. It was a great time. And we did end up getting together.
It was a sexy time. I feel like Queen Flea is so relevant today. And so, Holly, if you're watching, if you're listening, well, I'm going to send you a clip because I think there's an opportunity for a resurgence of Queen Flea. We had, and then we shopped. I think I still have, yes, I do. I still have one of the jackets that I bought. It's in storage. I'm going to pull it out. We're going to do a whole thing around that. And girl, Queen Flea was everything. So shout out again to Holly Million. Shout out to, where were we? In Oakland at the flea market. Shout out to the production team and shout out to Too Tight Tonya Jones.
To the editor.
What'd you say?
I gave a shout out to the editor too, girl. I threw the editor up in there.
That's what I'm saying. Shout out to the whole crew, and shout out to you, Too Tight Tonya Jones, for asking me to be your Queen Flea partner. We were determined to win that thing. We were like, oh, they don't know who they were. They
know who. And so people just so y'all know what Queen Flea was. Holly had the brilliant idea of creating a reality show around flea market and thrifting competition. So you were in pairs and like who could find the best things, the best deals, the best fly stuff. I like the fashion. So we were up on the clothing racks, but it could be anything, you're finding antiquing, and furniture and all different kinds of stuff. And like, who's going to win the flea market wars, basically. And me, you challenge me, girl, I'm winning. You know how I am.
Well, if you winning, that means we winning because I was your partner.
That's right. Don't challenge me because it's on.
It was such a great concept. And again, I think that there's a space for it now, even if she created a YouTube series. Right? Yep, she could just have it on YouTube and get sponsors and commercials and advertisers. Anyway, I digress. How was your Zen retreat this past weekend, girl? Where'd you go? Tell us all about it.
It was wonderful. So I was down in Chula Vista, which is, in San Diego County. It's probably about 15, 20 minutes from the city of San Diego. And so it's about a 3-hour drive for me, but I got stuck in traffic. So it's more like a 4-hour drive, but it was lovely. So I was there. It's a place called Open Gate Zen Collective. And it is run by a wonderful, wonderful person who I mentioned last week. Who is also a Zen priest, Jose. And one, it was just really wonderful to see him and reconnect. He created just such a beautiful community space. Like I said, it was really nice. And it's Open Gate Zen Collective. That's the name of the place. And you can find them online on Instagram. Don't worry, girl, I got you. I see you trying to assist with that info. And then yeah, so it was a beautiful space. It was an intimate retreat. Someone had gotten COVID, so it actually was a hybrid. So everyone wasn't there. It was only 4 of us in person, and then the other people were online, like the people that might have been impacted. So we weren't expecting that, but it was sweet. And what was really great is everybody still showed up. Even the people online that didn't go, oh well, I'm not going to do it. It was so like I'm usually in a practice in a different lineage. So I've only been on a couple of Zen retreats, and it's definitely like structurally a bit more different. Like there's more ritual and things like that, which was really lovely, and just a kind of discipline. But it was great. It was really great. I love the people. He's created a beautiful space and community. They were very welcoming, very kind. It was nice for me to, like I said, be in a space where I didn't know anyone going in. That felt very, very nourishing for me, just in and of itself, because it's kind of rare these days. And yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I was dealing with some knee pain, so that was interesting, and just sitting for those long periods, because in this tradition the periods of walking meditation are shorter than I'm used to, so I wasn't getting as much like relief between like going between sitting practice and then walking practice, sitting practice, walking practice. So that was just something to work with, but I look at it like just like how you work with your mind. So you have to work with whatever's there, and for me it was knee pain from one of my old sports injuries. So yeah, that was just interesting to watch how the mind and the body wants to react to things. And it's interesting because if you're looking at me, you would never know, like I was in chronic pain almost the entire time, but it's just like how, oh yeah, it was like the whole weekend. And that has happened before, but it's not consistent. Sometimes it's moderate, sometimes it like really flares up, and sometimes it's like it's okay, and I never know. And I just accept it as part of that's part of what your body does now. That's just how it is, So this time, yeah, it was chronic throughout the weekend. So it's really interesting, like the relationship to dealing with pain and not having that reactivity, while that is like burning up inside,
I think there's this I don't know if it's a, I guess it's a saying, and I don't recall exactly how it goes, but basically, if you're in pain, just know that the pain that you're experiencing is not going to get any greater. And so figure out how to push through the pain and really how to accept it. Because I think we live in a society where we want instant relief from anything that brings us discomfort. We want it gone. We don't want to sit with it, right?
Yep.
And so as you're sharing that, I'm reminding myself that whenever I'm feeling discomfort, pain, challenges, something that brings me uncomfortableness, that I can actually just sit with it, just be with it. It's not the end of the world.
No, it is not. And it will pass like everything else.
This too shall pass. I'm just looking at to make sure that we are live on. What's up, Dinita? Thank you for being here, that we are live, because something is different with the streaming, and I'll talk to you about that later. So what else you got for me?
I see, yeah, I was seeing that too. But looks like we're live on Instagram. I'm seeing something happen on Facebook, but oh well.
And it happens. It is something, and I must troubleshoot it and figure it out, because I want more people to experience the Fee King Show, specifically on the road again, the travel segment, because it's summertime and we're moving into fall, and we're going to be traveling, and we're going to even travel during winter. And then you're going to be launching something. So I want more people to be able to experience this, have questions, be able to support them, answer their questions. offer services, solutions. And so we're going to get it together. But in the meantime, thank God for replays and thank God that Fee King knows how to edit. And I will post up some snippets. That was a mouthful. All right,
thank God for that. I was just thinking that when I woke up this morning. Thank God Fee King knows how to edit.
Right. Like, does Fee King know how to edit? At least in her mind, she does. So we get it done. Last week, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, I think we're about to talk about the same thing, our special surprise.
Okay. You know what? Well, why don't you take the lead to Titonia Jones?
Okay. So, yes, last week when we were talking about staycations, we had a request from Fatima West because everybody, you know that's my slogan. Because Fatima is, that's the friend you want on your team. Let me tell you. So I don't know if you're here today, Fatima West, but if not, that's okay because we got you. We will send you the thing. However, what she asked was for a staycation itinerary for her area. She is in Bear, Delaware, which isn't far from Wilmington. It's in Newcastle County, Delaware. So guess what?
Somebody did their homework.
I did the homework. So we have delivered. So we have a weekend staycation all planned out for Fatima West. Now, there were so many options and so many things until it was really hard to narrow down. I was like, oh, we finding all kinds of good stuff. So, we have a weekend itinerary. However, there are so many options, but this is just one iteration of that.
Okay.
And I'm going to start presenting. Weekend staycation in Newcastle County. Let me do my sharing situation. And share screen. Okay. So we are going to choose my friends. What's this doing? Why is it doing that? No. Okay, y'all. Give me a second. Here we go. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Time
okay.
You are in control of time. Time does not exist outside of you. So with that being said, you have all the time you will ever need.
Thank you, Fee King. So are you seeing the weekend staycation?
I am, yes. And I'll add it to the stage. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. All right. Take it away to Titonia Jones. I see you.
Thank you, Fee King. All right. So this is our weekend staycation in Newcastle County, Delaware. So let's start here. First, we have a little index here. We have different accommodation options. So we have one in different price ranges, the $1 sign, the 2 to 3. All right. And then we have a day one itinerary. So this is a Friday through Sunday, starting Friday afternoon to Sunday afternoon. And then I'll get you some quick little pictures of some of the places that we're talking about here. So, our first choice here is the Hyatt Place Wilmington Waterfront. As you can see, it's an average rate of $155 to $179 per night. And it's right along the Christina River. Some of the rooms, these are pretty large rooms actually in here. So some of them have kitchenettes, some of them have river views. There's a pool, you get some free parking, free breakfast, buffet. Now, when people give you the free breakfast, I'll be honest, keep the expectations low. It's just going to be some bagels and some, the big old thing, eggs they put out there and stuff. But I'm just saying, if I'm not hating. I'm just let you know. Right there.
I love it.
And they also have a little cafe and bar on site. Okay. Now, this is a mid-range option, and I have not been here. I may mispronounce this place with the Coin Hotel. However, I've read about it. I read about it when it opened because I'm familiar with the hotel group, and they usually have nice properties. This would personally probably be my pick if I were to stay here. So it's, costs a little bit more. I would say at least $50 to $60 per night. It could go up a little higher depending on when you go, when the season. But there were some weekends that were, in this range. A lot of them, except for like some peak weekends or something. So it's doable, and especially if you're sharing with someone. So this is a little bit more upscale, 4-star. You go on their website. So this has links to the websites. Fatima West, I'll send this to you at some point over the weekend.
Ooh, Fatima West is coming up.
Because I put links. Yes. Come up. No. It's beautiful. This place is beautiful. You have to go and look at all the pictures. Actually, the hotel restaurant here is a culinary destination in itself. It's a hot, popular restaurant right now. This is a picture of the bar, which is downstairs, which is called Simmer Down. It was voted one of the best bars in the country by Esquire this year. It is grown and sexy, okay? And if you go on their Instagram, you see people all on the sofas. They're having little sexy shoots and stuff and all kinds of, they're doing the thing. So this is probably where I would stay. They also have a beautiful rooftop bar, which I will talk about later as part of our itinerary. And you can see the sunset. I think it's the only rooftop bar actually in Wilmington, that downtown historic district. So this would be the place I would choose. And then we have one more. So the Hotel DuPont is a historic landmark. It's been there since the early 1900s. I think it's 1913. I believe it may have even used to be a bank. But this is like, old school, classic kind of luxury vibes. Okay. It is a 5-star place. Their restaurant, Le Cavier, is also a culinary destination in itself, has received a lot of critical acclaim. They have a fitness center, a spa, and they even have courtesy transportation around downtown, so that's making me think, like Four Seasons vibe, out in LA, you stay at the Four Seasons, you need a little complimentary ride somewhere, they got you. It's that kind of place. So also it's beautiful. This historic architecture. It's a beautiful place. However, what I would say is about the last one that I showed, it's also interesting too because it seems like more social. They have different kind of events, and it's just a vibe. So it depends on what you're going for. The first one, good for a budget.
At this
so this one does not have a pool. This does not have a pool. So it depends on what you're going for. But I think for me, the second one would be the vibe. Okay. So now let's get to day one itinerary. So before you even check into the museum, because guess what? You're taking Friday off from work. So or
you're taking Friday off from work.
You could use a sick day. That's a mental health day. And I feel like this is good for the mental health. For me, mental health or sick days, and we're taking them. So we could start the morning at the Delaware Museum, and then lunch at Deco Food Hall. You will see some visuals of these places in our last slides. So then you've already had a nice little 4 hours to ease in, check into your hotel, chill out, unpack. So 5 p.m. So every first Friday there is Art Loop Wilmington, which is beautiful. They actually have a shuttle that will take you to all the different locations across Art Loop, all the different galleries. So it's a great like arts and cultural community event that you can attend. It's free, and you get to see what a lot of local artists are doing. So there's underlines, there's are links to those places, so you can click on there and learn more information about those different things. Now, if it isn't the first Friday, yes,
Can a real quick question, because listen, I'm not that far. We're not that far from Delaware. Art Loop Wilmington, is that a seasonal event? Do you know?
Yeah,
If you
so
know.
yes, so I am not sure if it's happening in the winters. I got the impression that it was, but you might want to double check that. And that's a good question.
Okay.
But I definitely know it's happening
This is so
now.
thorough.
Yeah, thank you, girl. The next one is on July 12th. So actually, no, second Friday. So I saw the next one is July 12th when I was looking on there. That's my birthday. So anyway, yes. And so I did a little quick little typo there, my bad. But again, you could click on the link and, just verify.
Okay.
It's Fridays.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Mhm. That's all right, girl. But that's okay. They click on that link or just Google Art Loop Wilmington. And if it's not one of those Fridays, then you can go to happy hour and duck pin bowling at Wilma's. And duck pin bowling, I'll show y'all a picture a little further along. But duck pin bowling is the same like with 10 pins, but it's a lighter ball and they're kind of like these little small pins. It's really cute and fun. So this is a vibe here. Yeah, this is a vibe because then you have the side where there's the bar and the happy hour. The dinner menu actually is looking pretty good, and then you could just like walk right across the space and do your duck pin bowling situation. So it's a fun way to get the body moving, get a little pregame before dinner.
Okay.
Next is dinner and live music at the Garden. The Garden is an open air space. They have live music. They have jazz at the Garden every Friday night. It looks beautiful. Again, like I said, you'll see visuals to a lot of this here later on. And then if, you might after that be like, you know what, I just want to take it down, go back to my sexy hotel, especially if you stay at, my top choice, which I think is sexy. You might just say, you know what, I want to enjoy that. But if you want to keep that night going, then you can also proceed to Hummingbird to Mars, which is this really cool speakeasy. You have a nightcap there. They also have live music so that you could take it down there for the night. Wow.
Tanya, I don't know if this is just an East Coast thing, and it's one of the things that I did not take advantage of in Baltimore. Baltimore is a whole vibe around speakeasies. I have a feeling it's an East Coast thing. And so listen, Fatima West and Rich, you've got to go to the speakeasy. If nothing else, go for me, and or invite me and Sekou, because I stand corrected. I did experience one speakeasy in Baltimore, and I was like, what have I just walked into? I'm here for a speakeasy. I'm so glad that you included that. Okay, continue before we get out of here.
I know, and I'm going to move a little bit faster because I know we're getting close on time. So I'm going to have to do the speed talk and give not as many details about the places, but everyone can look them up if they're interested. So starting coffee and breakfast at Scout Cafe. We love a good coffee shop. This place is opened just a couple of years ago in a pretty interesting neighborhood. And there's an interesting story about the owner and his commitment to, revitalizing this place and what it took for him to get the place, which is something that if you're interested in that kind of history, you can look online. And then walking the riverfront. So have coffee, the riverfront. There's so many things on the riverfront. There are trails. There are places that teach you about nature and ecology. There's dining. You're on the river. Like there's so many things there. So that's a nice way. You can easily spend a few hours there just allowing yourself to wander and explore. Then we have lunch at the Chancery Market, which has a lot of different stalls, restaurants, different cuisines. It's a more casual but kind of fun vibe. It's buzzy, and they also have events there in the evening. I know they offer yoga. They offer different community events, so that's something to look at too on their calendar. And then I put a little time in the afternoon to rest and recharge. Because you're going go. We've been going since then, so I'm just going. You can take a moment Or that could be a moment where maybe you came across something, or maybe you just want to wander and look around because something, doesn't have to be on the itinerary. It could be a time for discovery, whatever that may be while you're there. And then dinner back at the hotel of choice. Again, I gotta call them to make sure I'm pronouncing their name right. But the Cohen restaurant. So y'all know what I mean. So anyway, restaurant there. Also, you need reservations. Definitely need reservations. Make them beforehand. And I put an earlier dinner so that you could finish dinner in time to go up on the rooftop bar, which is sexy, and get a post-dinner drink and catch the sunset.
Yeah.
Yes, beautiful.
Kathy,
It's beautiful.
these summer sunsets are everything. Can we address something really quickly from Fatima West? So she's here, she's watching. She said, I just got to know a few of the artists in Delaware because Fatima West pretty much lives in Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. She says one last one we'll take is, or that must be rooftop. I think I saw some social events there. So this is right.
Yeah.
Good job.
They have some stuff there. Oh, good, because they do have some stuff there, and in their lobby patio, they seem to have. Yep, this is a weekend getaway. Newcastle County, Delaware. Peace Speaks. So yeah, and they do have some events in the lobby patio situation. So it's a vibe. Check out their Instagram, and then ending the night, live music at Torbert Street Social. These are all places, by the way, that I would go myself. I'm not just like, oh, this is whatever. I would go to these places. This place looks cool. You're about to see some pictures, but let me move on so we don't run out of time. And then we have our last day. So checking out the hotel, there's a jazz brunch at Zoli's Jazz Cucina, which is actually in Newcastle. So it's heading back towards home, heading back towards Fair. And then after that, just, after brunch, walk some of that off, get a little movement, some nature. And I might be pronouncing this wrong too, but Lums Pond State Park, Lums or Lums, it seems like Lums Pond State Park. I looked in there, you can have beautiful hiking trails, you can kayak, you can canoe, you can do a pedal boat, so whatever you're in the mood for. If you want to get out and walk through the woods, great. If maybe you want to get on the water, and they have rentals there. They're really inexpensive, $7 to $10 for the like paddle boats and kayaks. And then after that, you're only about 11 minutes from Bear at this point. So this was heading back towards the direction of home. And you go home, relax, have some time to chill out before starting your week. So quickly, I will show you some pictures here of the different. So this would be big one. So this is a picture. This is actually a renowned artist, Joyce C. Scott, who's being celebrated. Her retrospective is happening in a lot of museums, and this was shared actually at the Delaware Museum of Art. I don't think they have her retrospective there. However, everyone's celebrating her, but they do have a number of great exhibits going on right now. This is Deco, so this is where we'll be having lunch that first day, and here you can see the duck pin bowling with the small little pins. That's cute.
I love that. That is so good for the kids, right?
I know. And then you see outdoor here, we got some jazz, the speakeasy vibes. This is Scout Coffee Shop. And as you see, the river walk, people hang out. It's beautiful. It's summertime. Awesome. So that is the do. And then we have the Chancery Market here, which has outdoor and outdoor seating. This is the restaurant at the La Quan. The Quan? The Quan? I'm going to say the Quan. I'm just going with that. The Quan. So that's the restaurant there that is at the sexy hotel I like. And then here is Tolbert Street Social, where you could go again on Saturday night, get your nice cap, the jazz casino. This is beautiful. This is in the historic part of Newcastle. So, that's where the jazz brunch is. And then this is where you will be ending your day on Sunday before going home, which is at the Loon Pond State Park.
Fatima says that Riverwalk is her morning exercise jog workout area. So Fatima, Tonya Jones is going to send this to you. And then Tonya, we have lots of questions and comments that we're not going to get to today, but Peace wanted to know about dates. So why don't I connect you and Peace? Peace is in my current fitness challenge. She's amazing. She has an incredible group on Facebook for sisters. I think it's for all women. I'm not for sure, but I'll connect you with Peace because I don't know where Peace lives, but I think she lives in Maryland. You know, we're all like in this regional tri-state area. This was far more thorough, detailed than okay, so listen, I think that this is a service. I think that this is because when I travel, I usually, Peace says, yes, I'm in Maryland. Thank you, Peace. I'm going to connect you with Too Tight Tony Jones of the Radical Breath because she is dope and you are dope. And we dope women need to connect and build together. I love this. I would solicit this type of service just so that I know more and I can spend more of my time having an experience versus looking for where the experience is. Let me say that again. I would like to spend more of my time actually having the experience versus looking, okay, what are we going to do today? Where are we going to go? And then I know exactly what my budget is, and you'll know because you'll curate this experience for us. You'll know exactly what to outline that stays within the parameters of our budget. All right.
Yes, budget and interest. And that is the thing. And it is what's discouraging for a lot of people when traveling. Like, I don't know, I've never been there. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. And, you know, looking through all the things and trying to find places based on your interest, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
A lot.
I just love how you laid it out. And so while we know that time does not exist outside of ourselves, we also know, or at least Fee King knows, that rushing is not something that I want to do anymore in my life. And I like to be mindful of my time and other people's time. So we're going to end this. And thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for the questions. Thank you so much, Too Tight Tonya Jones, for going down the staycation rabbit hole. You are a real one. You are the bomb diggity bomb. I wish I had fireworks, but once my producer Social Rates gives me some fireworks, girl, I'm Tight Tonya Jones, thank you so much for being my partner on Fridays, and we bid you out there watching us on the gram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We want to bid you love, light, peace, prosperity, possibility, positivity, joy, and abundance, and excellent, amazing health, not just for today, but for your entire life condition. With that being said, I'll share this one quick thing with you because it ends in about 25 minutes. My upcoming fitness challenge. It is sexy. I'm getting my sexy back 0.20. Too Tight Tonya Jones was the first to join at $7.99. That is the special that I ran for 24 hours. It ends. I've extended it actually until 12:30. And so if you are like us and you are planning to walk into your 50s and your 60s, your 70s and your 80s, looking fit, feeling fine, and being fabulous, limber, flexible, agile, eager and excited to continue to live life, then this is the challenge that you want to say yes to. And you have 25 minutes before the price goes up. 25 minutes, the price goes up. So DM me, go on to Facebook. Everything is on my page at Fee King, at Fee King, at Fee King, and we got to get up out of here. And so, Too Tight. I was on the other side. Everyone, we out. Peace.